All right, let's dive right into a fact that sounds completely fake. I mean, it's one of those things you hear and you just think, no way. But it's true, and it completely changes how you look at the entire planet. So, you ready for this?
There it is. Just let that sink in for a second. Sharks existed before trees. We're talking about a time before a single forest, before a jingle, before the world was even green. There were sharks swimming in the oceans. And yeah, I know exactly what you're thinking, because I thought the same thing. It can't be right, can it? But it is. We're not talking about some tiny little overlap in time either. We're talking about a huge, vast stretch of history before trees were even a thing.
Which, of course, leads to the big question, right? How is that even possible? What did a world like that even look like? And what does that tell us about the unbelievable story of life on our planet? Well, that's what we're going to unpack.
No, seriously, just pause and try to picture it. An Earth with no green blanket. No forest to walk through, no jungles, no sound of wind rustling through leaves. Just something totally different. And you can see the difference right here. On one side, that's the Earth we know, green and full of life. But on the other, well, that's ancient Earth. The continents are there, but they look almost alien, right? Just barren rock. 'Cause all the action, all the real drama was happening in the water. And this wasn't just for a little while. For millions and millions of years, this was just how it was. The land was basically one giant, empty desert. Life was just starting to figure out how to crawl out of the sea. Imagine how quiet it must have been on the surface.
And this is the kicker. While the land was just sitting there, waiting for its story to start, the oceans were already this ancient, complex world. And patrolling those waters? Yep, the ancestors of modern sharks. They were already established predators in a world that had never even seen a forest.
Okay, let's just call it what it is. This whole idea sounds completely fake. It feels like one of those weird internet trivia facts that's just made up to get clicks. It's so backwards, it just has to be wrong.
But it's not wrong. Not at all. The fossil record is incredibly clear on this. The very first sharks predate the first forests by tens of millions of years. It is, without a doubt, one of the wildest facts in all of natural history. And it is 100% real.
Being this old isn't just about being around for a long time. It means you are one of nature's ultimate survivors. To make it this far, through everything the Earth has gone through, it's just incredible. They are literally swimming history. And if you want to know how tough they are, just look at this list. Those mass extinctions that wiped out almost everything on the planet, sharks made it through. That giant asteroid that took out the dinosaurs, sharks survived. All those insane planet-wide climate shifts, they survived those too. It's almost unbelievable.
So, this all brings us back to that central mystery. We've established what happened, that they're older than trees and that they're amazing survivors. But now let's dig into the how. How did this bizarre timeline actually play out?
Okay, so to get this, we really have to stretch our brains a bit and our sense of time. We're not talking about thousands of years ago. We're talking hundreds of millions. We're entering what's called deep time, a scale where entire mountain ranges can rise up and erode away to nothing. And here's how it all went down, broken down really simply. So step one, about 400, maybe 450 million years ago, the first early sharks show up in the oceans. Step two, for the next 50 million years or so, they're thriving while the land is still basically empty. And then step three, around 385 million years ago, the first plants that actually looked like trees started to evolve, kicking off the age of forests. The sharks already had a 50 million year head start. You see, this isn't just some cool bit of trivia you can share at a party. Knowing this, really getting it, fundamentally changes how you see the world we live in. It completely recalibrates your sense of what's ancient and what's not. What this shows us is that our planet has had so many different lives. This green, forested world we know and love, it's just the latest version. It pulls back the curtain on a planetary history that is so incredibly deep. Our entire human story is just the tiniest, most recent little chapter.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The ancient Earth really was a foreign country. A planet with oceans full of sharks, but with no trees on its continents, is a world that played by totally different rules. It's a place that's almost impossible for us to truly wrap our heads around.
And really, that's the thought I want to leave you with. If a truth this massive, this mind-bending, was hiding right there in the open, what other secrets about our planet's strange and alien past are still buried in deep time, just waiting for us to find them? What else don't we know?